Hey, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak with us, the bonds of the apostles, Elegant Millstone, hopefully like teach verse 30, about the Chayaba. Amen. I'm going to get straight right into it. So, as you know, today is the day, Thanksgiving was really thankskilling. The day where Esau rejoices over the overtaking of the so-called Native Americans, which are actually Israelites when you go into the history and you read the scriptures. Then so-called Native Americans are the tribe of Gad from the nation of Israel. So, well, this is an article: tribes to mourn on Thanksgiving, no reason to celebrate. That's true. This is no day to celebrate. So it says members of Native American tribes from around New England are gathering in the seaside town where the pilgrims settled, not to give thanks, but to mourn indigenous people worldwide who have suffered centuries of racism and mistreatment. Yeah, and this is what this devil, he's been doing. He's still doing it to this day. We're still suffering, mistreatment from this devil. It hasn't stopped. So reading on, Thursday's solemn National Day of Mourning observance in downtown Plymouth, Massachusetts will recall the disease and oppression that the European settlers brought to North America. These devils try to make it seem like, the worst thing that Esau brought, the so-called white man, was disease. Those were one of the plagues, Esau brought, but he done many other things that aren't widely spoken about. Well, like, what did he do? He used to cut open the wombs, and he even did that with the so-called Negroes, which are Judites. But he also did this in Native Americans, where he cut open the, woman's womb, dashed the children against, on the ground, stomped on their heads, raped the women with bayonets, whatever. The men, I heard they used to wrap their, wrap like sticks and barbed wire, put that shit up their ass. Many things this devil done. There's things that this devil done, man, that basically it said that, it's not even worth it to even call it, write it in a book. So reading on. We Native people have no reason to celebrate the arrival of the pilgrims, said Kisha James, a member of the Aquina Wampanoag and Oglala Lakota tribes, and the granddaughter of Wamsuta, Frank James. Yeah, and a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people do understand, what Thanksgiving is. It's basically the history's out there. But, you still got our people celebrating this holiday like it's a day, we get together and we give thanks. Do you realize what you're giving thanks to? So reading on, it says, we want to educate people so that they understand the stories we all learn in the school about first Thanksgiving are nothing but lies. Yeah, and how come Esau, he hasn't changed it? He hasn't changed the school system because elementary school, they teach you that, nothing but good happened about, the first Thanksgiving. Which, that shows you, no matter how much Esau tries to hide his wickedness, his iniquity, it's always going to be revealed, like it says right here in Luke 7, 8, and 17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that should be known and come abroad. That should not be known and come abroad. Yeah, so nothing is going to be kept secret, including what this devil, he hid. He hid many things, but everything, everything this devil hid, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to reveal it. Even says here, even in Luke 12:2, for there is nothing covered that shall be, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Yeah, so everything is going to be revealed. Yeah, and even Job 34:22, there is no darkness nor shadow of death, where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves. So, Esau, he thinks that, he can change up the school system, have, indoctrinate you, send your children to school, hide a lot of the history. So, and then he thinks that with time, his history is going to be blotted out and everyone's going to forget. That's impossible. Because it says right here, in the scriptures that everything's going to be revealed. You can't hide nothing. It says right here, there's no darkness, no shadow of death, where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves. So Esau, man, you can't hide yourself you can't hide your history. You can't hide nothing. So reading on. It says, Wampanoag and other indigenous people have certainly not lived happily ever after since the arrival of the pilgrims. Yeah, and that's not only the Native Americans, also the so-called Negroes and Latinos, which are also Israelites. So-called Negro, Native Americans, Latinos are all Israelites. That's Israel. Where we all, man, since we came here, since we've been taken here, since, this devil, he came here and took down our people to the Americas, we've been catching hell. So, even Isaiah 29 and 15, it says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, and their works are in the dark. They say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? Yeah, and this dude, he be doing many things behind the scenes, in order to further destroy us as a people and, pollute us. Whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. This dude, he does everything. He tries to do everything in the dark. So it says, to us, Thanksgiving is a day of mourning because we remember the millions of our ancestors who were murdered by uninvited European colonists such as the Pilgrims. This dude, he wasn't uninvited. He just came here randomly and he took down our people. And says, today we and many indigenous people around the country say no thanks, no giving. Yeah, and it says right here, Micah 2:1, woe to them that devise iniquity and evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Yeah, and this dude, when he came here, he coveted the fields and he coveted the land. And what did he do? He took them and it says right here, and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. Yeah, this is what this dude, he did. He took away our land by violence. Really, this dude, he be going around the whole world taking, people's land by violence, but mainly us Israelites. So, yeah, man, it's written right here. So, reading on. What else I got? Yeah, and look, this Proverbs 6 and 16. These 6 things doeth the Lord Yahweh hate. Yeah, even 7 are abomination unto him: a proud look, a lying tongue, and and hands that shed innocent blood. Yeah, and if that doesn't describe the so-called white man, then I don't know what does. Because this dude, he got a proud look. He thinks that, he's going to be, he won't be punished for none of his iniquities, his sins that he committed against us, against Israel. And then what? This dude, he sheds innocent blood, and he's still shedding innocent blood. And what? He lies about it. He has that lying tongue. He lies about it. He tries to hide his history, saying that, he never done these things. The Lord, this dude, so that shows you this dude, he's an abomination unto the Lord. And he's an abomination, man. So, it says, Ezekiel 35 and 6, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Yeah, and this dude, he loves blood. To even be literal, this dude, he literally be drinking blood. To get more literal with it. But, this dude, he loves shedding the blood of the children of Israel. When he came here, he loved to kill us Israelites, man. When he brought the so-called Negroes here on slave ships, killing, the babies, feeding children, with the alligators and, their dogs, cutting off the penises, the testicles, stomping on them, use sledgehammers. This dude, he loves blood. And Yahweh Shem Shai, he put that's how this dude was created, to be the wicked. So is not the wicked gonna love committing abominations? So what? What does it say in the next verse? Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth. Yeah, so the Lord, he's ultimately going to destroy this dude. He's going to take this dude down. This dude is going to be punished. Like it says in Nahum 11 and 3, Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. So Lord, he's not going to acquit the wicked. But yeah, getting back to the article, it says, I just want to skip down a little bit. It says, people need to understand that you need to be thankful each and every day. And yeah, that's actually true. You're supposed to be giving thanks unto Yahweh Shem Yahshai every day. That's a daily thing you're supposed to be doing. Hourly, man, we be, by the second, man, we be meditating, on Yahweh Shem Yahshai, giving thanks. You don't just have one day out of the year where you give Thanksgiving, where, you got to give thanks unto Yahweh Shem Yahshai every day. So it says, that's how our ancestors thought and navigated this world, we done said. Because we were thankful and we were willing to share. We had good intentions and a good heart. And yeah, that's because the so-called Native Americans are Israelites. That shows you that they're Israel, man. Because what? We're a very giving people. And that's also, you also got to do that with discretion. Because what? You don't give. It says not to give to the ungodly. Let me bring that up. That's in I know that's in Sirach. Yeah, I seen it, but I want to see. Yeah, Sirach 12:5. Do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Yeah, so you're supposed to be giving, man, to your really you're supposed to be giving to righteous your righteous brothers, righteous Israelites. Because you're not even supposed to be giving to the wicked 2/3, the wicked Israelites. We're not even supposed to be really giving to the, ungodly of our own people. So what more? This devil, you're not supposed to give anything, man, really, to this devil. Of course, we're in captivity, but staying on point, it says, yeah, because we're thankful and we are willing to share. And yeah, that was their mistake. That they gave. They gave this devil what they gave. They taught him things. They taught him how to, cook, how to grow. How to grow crops, whatever. How to clean themselves, because these devils, they didn't even know how to clean themselves. They came with clothes rotting off their backs. And I'm not, you can look that up for yourself. And it says we have good intentions and a good heart. Yeah, and really, you're supposed to keep that with your own people. You're not supposed to have that, with these other nations, but staying on point. That wasn't reciprocated over the long term. We done added. That's why 400 years later, we're still fighting for what little bit we have of land we still have. And trying to hold the Commonwealth and federal government accountable, he said. Yeah, really, man, we're supposed to be waiting on Yahweh Shem Yahshai. There's nothing we can really do except wait on the Lord, and to do this work, to repent, and serve Yahweh Shem Yahshai, be patient. Like it says, where's that? Yeah, damn, where'd I have that? It's I think Zechariah 3:9 or 3:8. Well, let me just type it in. Yeah, Zephaniah, not Zephaniah, Sluck. Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day I rise up that I rise up to the prey. For my determinations to gather nations, that I made it assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Yeah, so the point is, wait upon Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, There's nothing we can really do except do that. Because when Yahweh Shai comes back, who the world only calls Jesus Christ, that's our salvation, Yahweh Shai. He is the one we're waiting for. He is the one who's going to redeem us out of this hellhole we're in. So it says, because 400 years later, we don't really have much to show for or to be thankful for. So I think it's important for everyone to be thankful for our ancestors who helped the pilgrims survive. Yeah, and there you have it, there you go, with the double-mindedness. That's most of Jake's problem. They see the history this dude did onto us. They see, all the iniquity and sin this dude committed against us. And Jake still wants to, he still wants to have, hope for this dude. Like he's gonna change. And what it says, and kind of played an intricate role in the birth of this nation. And, Jake, this shows you that, man, the 2/3, man, they love Babylon. Now, whoever's saying this, he sounds double-minded now. Because he at first he was complaining about the celebration of Thanksgiving, but now he's thanking his ancestors for the pilgrims or whatever. But this shows you, man. The wicked of our people are through. But what does it say? Obadiah. Where is it? What I'm gonna bring up? Yeah, so it says Obadiah 1:10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Yeah, so everything this dude done onto us, Yahweh Bashim Yahshai is not going to forgive this dude for what he's done. It says the Lord, he will not acquit the wicked. So all the violence this dude committed against us, he's going to pay for it. There's not going to be no acquitting for this dude. There's not going to be no forgiveness for what this dude done. Like I just pulled down in Ezekiel 35. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate. I will cut off from it him that passes out, him that returneth. And what it says right here, Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. He understood he always had a perpetual hatred, even since the time of the garden. We know that serpent represents Esau. Yeah, and what does do? He shed the blood of the children of Israel in our calamity. We know, staying on point. We know that this Edomite, he's ultimately the Lord's sword, because we went off as a people, and the Lord, he used him to judge us. But even when, you got the elect waking up, the Lord, he's about to come back. This dude, he's still not stopping what he's doing. He still keep on going on, doing the same thing which he has been doing, trying to kill us off. iniquity against the children of Israel. So you think this dude, he's not going to be judged for what he's doing? Yeah, man, but going back to the article, man, I don't want to make this lesson too long, but you got Jake, man, still celebrating this wicked holiday. Like it says in Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Yeah, and Jake, he doesn't understand. Like I say, basically everybody understands what this holiday was really about. But you still got people celebrating this holiday. Our people. What are you giving thanks to? You're giving thanks that this dude slaughtered you. So yeah, man, it's real quick. I wanted to get into that. Little Willing brothers out there are edified. Yahweh Bashim Yal Shai, Barakathum, Shalom.